As per usual practice, we're going to do a bit of meditation. Okay? Let's just switch off all the lights. All be comfortable. Okay, just a reminder, before you start sitting, you must always be comfortable. Your body has to be very comfortable. So may I invite everyone to just adjust your body a little, bit upright. You don't have to be ramrod straight, just upright a little. You can close your eyes, and I invite you to take 3 deep breaths. Deep in, slowly breathe out. Deep in, breathe out slowly. Deep in, breathe out slowly. First, we're going to ask you to feel the contact point between you and the hard surface. So for those of you on the floor, your butt and the floor, just feel the hard surface. Then feel your body straight and strong. Feel the body straight and strong. Feel the body comfortable and relaxed. Put a little smile on your face. The smile that comes from the heart. Heartfelt smile. All of us are very blessed to sit here before the Buddha, have a moment to enjoy this body and to enjoy the mind. Feel gratitude that we have such a life. It's a life of blessing. If you feel gratitude, your smile will get wider. A smile that gets wider. This smile is metta. So today we are enjoying metta meditation. Feel gratitude, smile. Smile, and that's metta. This is your chance to wish yourself well. May I be well and happy. Breathing in, may I be well and happy. As you breathe out, may my loved ones be well and happy. As you breathe in, may I continue on this Dhamma path as long as life lasts. When you breathe out, may my loved ones come on the Dhamma path as long as their life lasts. The Buddhist practice is always for oneself and for another. Our practice is to serve all beings, yourself and others. So you have embarked on a noble path of practice. Reflecting thus, you should feel humility, gratitude, contentment. This is a noble path. And we are blessed to come to this path. So in your mind, take a mental bow before the Buddha. Feel the joy that arises from within. You feel this joy. You let it flood your body and mind. Breathing in, breathe in the joy. Let it flood through the body and mind. Breathing out, let this joy flows through the world as far as your mind can go. As far as the mind can go. When you're ready, slowly come out this meditation. You end the sitting with 3 deep breaths. In for yourself, out for others. Wriggle your fingers, stretch a bit, and then you can open your eyes. You do it slowly. Take your time. Take your time. Rub, rub, rub. Stretch, stretch. You okay? Nice, nice. Very good. You have all the qualities of being a Buddhist that the Buddha would be proud of. Not that he has pride. Oh, okay. Good morning, everyone. What a lovely day, isn't it? Yes. So this is Metta, okay? This is Metta. This is the version of Metta. It's okay if you don't get it because we all have different style and different methods appeal to us. But this one, this kind, is the easiest. This is the sort that send you to outer space. Okay, let's begin. We're all awake now, alert. You're okay? Let's begin. Not many slides, only 10. Only 10 slides. And so we should be able to cover the ground relatively quickly today. I'm on the clock. That's why your meditation is shortened a little bit. But even then, it's more than 5 minutes. So it should be quite okay. Okay, let's begin. Balanced life. Oh, the mouse doesn't work. It's okay. I got. arrows.
Yeah, can also, but I think I just forgot to turn it on.
Oh, you've got to turn it on. Okay. Okay. My quick question to you is this. What does it mean by balance? If you think about it, right? No, I'm serious. When I ask question, it's never a trick question, okay? It's always intended to have some answers. So you think about it, right? I choose a topic like this, balanced life. Even I had difficulty explaining it. So I do it the easy way. I get you to explain it. What do you think, what does it mean by balance? Come, shout out some words for me. But how do you get to like that? Okay, so practice counts. What else? Equilibrium, sure. What else? Comfortable, very good. What else? Any of you ride bicycles? How do you ensure balance? Keep pedaling, okay? What else? Can someone who is new, someone who is very new, they can pedal very fast too. But why is it they cannot stay up? Confidence, what else? Fear, okay, what else? Hey, your bike, right? I don't bike, so I don't know. You tell me. I need the tricycle ones. What else? Practice, of course. Doesn't it require some kind of judgment? Because you need to know where the weight is landing, and then you will have to navigate. It will require you to have some skill. Judgment. Judgment means what? Judgment means there must be some idea about the science. There must be some idea, some knowledge about what you're supposed to do. Agree? Right? It requires some idea. And then you apply what you understand. Yes? Then as you apply what you understand, you slowly will begin to kind of get a sense of the balance. It will require you to do, it's as if I ride the bicycle, right? It will require you to intuitively, initially it's science. Someone must tell you how to do it, right? You do this, you do that, you calculate this, you adjust that. Someone has to tell you. Of course, if you're very sway, you're going to do it on your own. And it will be a whole series of try and error before you stop falling. Right? Right? At least this part is easy lah. Huh? Agree, right? So there is a science, there is some advice, some guidance if you're lucky. No guidance, trial and error. But at some point, you will begin to feel the weight. You begin to be able to balance out those weight. Agree? For those of you who bike, who cycle, right? So what does it take? What does it take to be balanced? It requires knowledge. It requires judgment. It requires you going through it. Can you learn to bike by just watching YouTube? Cannot. Cannot, right? You cannot learn to bike by just watching YouTube. You cannot learn balance by just watching. Agree? Next question. Why is balance important? Fall lah, lemak. What's so problematic about falling? Pain ah. When you are not balanced, you will land up heavy on one side. You will go nowhere, right? You just got to topple off and that's where you will be. And you do it often enough, you'll topple off and have many bruises. Life is the same. You don't get the balance right, you're only to be stuck, you're going to be stuck in where it is. And if it hurts, you are just going to be stuck there and be in pain. That's what you need to understand. That's what you need to remember. And in our practice, whether it's the mundane life or the spiritual life, you need to have understanding, knowledge, and you need to apply, adjust. You have to be able to do these things. Otherwise, you are stuck in one space and likely to be in a world of pain. Okay? I didn't introduce biking because I want to show off. I introduce it so that it is an analogy that you can use and you remember it, especially for the ones who bike. Okay, so what does it mean to be balanced in your mundane life? Have you heard of this sutta? Digha Dhyanu, Conditions of Welfare. It's the balance, and this is the Buddha's guidance on how do you make your lay life very rich, very fulfilling, filled with happiness, and for this and the next life, you are okay, you're good. I'll give you a bit of background. So I know people all love to hear stories, right? So for those of you who have been listening to my talk, you will hear me talk about this a few times because it's one of the most important suttas for a lay person. Digha Dhyanu, it's the name of this guy. He is, Digha means long, Dhyanu is knee. So it is believed that this guy is tall. Long knee lah, tall, okay? And Digha Dhyanu is one, let me see, I think he's a Kolian. Kolian is a cousin of the brother, of the Buddha. It's a cousin brother. And these guys, the Sakyans, the Kolians, they will all come and visit him. Every time he was in Kapilavatthu, they will come and visit him, for sure. They are very close-knit. The Buddha's family, the Sakyan family, the Kolian family were very close-knit. They regularly would come together, okay? So when he visited, they will all come and visit. They take turns. Don't make appointment when they just come. Digha Dhyanu went to him. He's a bit of a skeptic, by the way. I mean, on the one hand, he listens and he enjoys the teaching, but on the other, he, like, well, how does it apply, right? How does your teaching apply? So that was exactly what happened. He went to the Buddha and he said, you know, Buddha, we are lay people. Okay, in fact, I'll show you what he said. We are lay people. We enjoy worldly pleasure. We live a life encumbered by wife and children. Women can say the same thing. We live a life encumbered by husbands and children, okay? They are very rich. Sandalwood of Kasi. It's like the Prada, okay? They're very rich. They deck themselves with garlands, perfumes. Ungans, I don't know. It's basically a nice smelling, okay? All very sweet, all very nice. We use gold and silver. To people like us, can you teach something that will enable us to lead, okay, I'm reading it my way, to be happy in this life and the next? Okay? You're all Buddhists here. You believe in the next life, the future lives. So, Buddhists got it harder. Eh? We have to plan for this and next. Saving only for this life, not enough. Must also have some savings for next. Okay? And the Buddha listened. So this is a lay person. Every intention to enjoy this life, like all of us here, every intention to enjoy the lay life. Okay? Wondering, how does your teaching help us ensure that we can enjoy this life and still be prepared for the next? Balance, right? And the Buddha replied, okay, this you must do for your life, this life. Wealth, welfare, and happiness of this life. And there are 4 parts. You're so happy looking at the words. Look at me, lah. Isn't this more entertaining? 4 parts to this life. I'll help you remember. You stare and stare very hard to remember. You're learning the Pali word. Uttana sampada. Araka sampada. You're learning the Pali word. For this life. The first one, what does it mean? Accomplishment of persistent effort. It means you must do well in your job. Okay? You must do well in your duties as a lay person. Do your best. So usually when I teach this in classroom space, I'll tell people, Buddha approved that you go for upscaling, retraining, make yourself useful. You are a lay person. If you are a lay person, you must still serve in the society. Do your part to keep society growing. Do your part. Then you say, but Buddha talk about contentment. So doesn't that goes against this one? Buddha talk about hard work. Did you even hear that? Contentment is about your pleasure, your desires. You learn moderation. But working hard, serving others, it's about making yourself useful. You can do both. Okay? You can do both. You serve without expecting anything. You do your best without expecting anything. If you have a lot of expectations, it's going to give you a lot of grief. So typically we talk about how much we are paid, but do we talk about how much we serve? How much we give? So here it's really about the lay person doing the best that he can in life. Being useful, being helpful, serving. The next one, araka sampada. Araka actually means protection, okay? To look after. And this one, it was very specific. It was looking after your wealth. In the sutta, it actually talks about looking after your wealth so that it's not diminished by the following: natural disasters, thieves, kings, was in that time got king ma? Kings, and bad ass. Bad ass, seriously. So, okay. So what do I take away from that, right? Buy insurance, pay your taxes, guard your money, put it in the bank or something, and you must know how to kwanang. See people, okay? I will explain a little bit. Natural disaster, guard it from natural disaster. So in the old days, they will bury their gold somewhere. They'll bury it in their garden. So the flood comes and there goes your gold. Okay? Or fire comes and they're all melted down, something like that. So he says, where you bury your gold, look after it properly. Look after your wealth. Today I will say your insurance. Insurance, okay? Then the second one, he says, thieves, robbers. Well, that's straightforward enough. You don't put your money under your pillow all the time. Just put it in the bank or something, Understand to take care of it. Kings in the old days, you pissed off the king, he's going to take your money. He's going to punish you. If you read the suttas, you will know that the ancient kings are very, very fierce. They have concocted all kinds of horrific punishments for people. Taking away your money is the least of your problem. Today, I would say don't evade income tax. Then the government won't come and punish you, right? And the fourth one is heirs. People you give your money to, but they are of bad character and they will steal it. People you know. People who are family. So Buddha covered the ground, okay? The one outside, the not human ones, natural disasters, and the ones who are close to you. Okay, those are the straightforward ones. Friendship, kalyana mittata, wholesome friends. How do you know a friend is wholesome? Belong to this category. Okay, so very clear, he said, after this, there is the second part that deals with the mental states you should cultivate, okay, for your happiness in the next life. After this, he said, friends who have those mental states are good friends. Friends who do not have those mental states, you be careful. Okay, he didn't say it quite like that, but that's the idea. Okay? Friends with certain types of, 4 types of mental states, worth cultivating, worth being friends of. I will explain after this. Those are 4. Balanced livelihood. This is really cute. Buddha asks you to spend your money. I kid you not. He said, if you earn so much, but you are so careful, so thrifty, people will say you are miser. If you earn so your spending outstrip your earning outstrip your spending. It's a good thing, but too much, people will say you're a miser. Okay? You earn, then you spend very little. People say you very kiam siap. Okay? But you earn like this and you spend so much, people say you will be, it's like, the analogy he used was, the imagery he used was, it's like you eat roast apple. It's the way that you eat. It's like the way you eat roast apple. Then you don't know roast apple, you don't know what he's talking about. This is how they do it. They see an apple they want, they take a stick and they beat the tree. Then there will be many that drops. Then you pick one. The idea is you're very wasteful. You squandered resources. Okay? So what's the bottom line here? In this life, do the best you can, make effort to grow, save your money carefully, look after it carefully, make sure you spend within your means, don't go and borrow money from bank and have credit card debt, all those kinds of things. And have a good friend or good friends. Be very careful how you pick friends. You do it this way, your life as a layperson, not a problem. Okay? Not a problem. Comes the next one. This is the friends. The good friends. 4 types. Having faith, virtue, generosity, wisdom. This is the 4 mental states that will enable you to be reborn better. These 4 mental states. And he repeated this in under different circumstances to different people for different reasons. These 4 mental states, non-negotiable. You don't come and tell me, I pick one can. Cannot. Must have all 4. I'll tell you a little cute story after this. 4, okay? So, Saddha, typically he will explain it as having faith in the triple gem, Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. But I'm going to stretch that a little bit more. It is not just bowing before the Buddha, just understand, coming on every Sunday, listen to Dhamma talk, and then see a monk bow. Okay? That's not enough. When you have faith, you will listen. You will follow. You will set aside your own views to hear the other person's view. You will take guidance, open-minded guidance. You are very receptive to changing yourself, changing your views. That's actually the power of faith. Okay? It is not a simple, see Buddha bow, see Dhamma bow, see Sangha bow. I got faith. It's not so simple. If it was so simple, life would be so much easier. But you yourself know. Just by saying Buddha Dhamma Sangha, I got faith. You yourself know, cannot be what? So easy, meh? I always say, by the way, I've said this in an earlier talk, faith is actually one of the hardest, you know. Generosity is even easier some days. Faith is hard because faith needs to overcome your own mind. We sit around, we have beliefs, we have ideas, we have views. The faith that you have override your views. Override your views. How difficult is that? Buddha's not even here. Dhamma, you may not understand. Sangha, you must kwanang. See people being, you are judging, right? You're judging. Your Bante like this, I don't like. Oh, Bante like that, I like. People say Bante very good, must go pray. Pray some more. There are all kinds of views, right? So tell you, Saddha is not easy. And this Saddha, for it to be really good, this Saddha requires you to have some critical thinking. Then you, oh my gosh, must have critical thinking. On the one hand, you say must listen with open ears. On the other, you say must have critical thinking. You must listen, then you must reflect, and then you must apply. Then you see whether it works or not. If it doesn't work, you try again. Then it still doesn't work, you jettison, right? Jettison it. Cannot suka just. So that balance, balance. The balance between listening, hearing, and understanding what's good for you and apply. And your balance is off, the faith is off. The balance is off, you have blind faith. Here the balance, here the difficulty. So it will require some judgment. Too much judgment, faith cannot go in, teaching cannot go in. Too little judgment, blind teaching, blind learning. Then you say, so difficult. I told you faith was difficult. Okay? So, then how? Experience, exposure, reflection, contemplation. Dhamma is for the wise. Okay? And this one is just faith. Then you tear hair out. Now we come to Sila. Some of you may think, oh, Sila is very straightforward. 5 precepts. Congratulations. If all you have is 5 precepts, it's always it's a very low bar. Okay? You can't even meet 5 precepts. You must go every day go to before Buddha and say, I'm sorry. Today I didn't tell the whole truth, but nothing but the truth. People will always fumble on the Musa Wada or the lie one, right? Because ever so often I get people asking me, white lie can or not? So their lies become colored. Okay? Cannot. Then how? Some days they ask questions very difficult. Skillful means. Okay? Cannot tell you the whole story, very difficult. Because you only give me 1 hour. Very difficult. So what would I say? How do you ensure the balance here? Always remember, it's not about you. Sila is not about you. Sila is about us, relationship. Whatever that you do must not hurt yourself and others. Okay? It will require judgment. It will require you being skillful. Invariably. Inevitable. You don't want to hurt someone. You don't want to hurt yourself. Balance. Not hurting another, not hurting yourself. You will need skill. How do we get that skill? We will start another class. And we will try. We'll learn. Look, there's YouTube, there's TED Talk, there's plenty of people out there teaching skill in managing relationship. Can go and learn. Okay? Buddha says you can learn. As long as it helps your mind and helps you grow, it's okay. Okay? Okay, If you are too strict on Sila, you run the risk of being self-righteous, judging the world half the time. If you're too lax on Sila, then you are allowing your mind to drag you around by your pleasures and instincts, by your akusala habits. Normally, we don't slap down, we don't come in and say cannot, right? It's because we want to avoid trouble. Maybe we want to avoid trouble, avoid conflict, avoid getting into tension with people. But sometimes you need to speak up. Why? Because it will help that person and help you and help the world. You need to speak up, but you're going to speak up gently. Requires treading that balance in daily life. Okay? Too strict cannot. You hurt yourself, hurt others. Too lenient cannot. You will hurt others, hurt yourself. It's just like that. So even sila requires judgment, requires care, requires gentle consideration of options. And then you land. Not that easy. Generosity, same. Generosity, okay, first and foremost, generosity is not just about giving money. Okay, giving money, giving assets, giving resources, that's one, just giving that, dana. Generosity is a mindset. It is a mind that puts your own interests aside for another. You are putting aside your own interests for another. So time, you're prepared to give time. You're prepared to overcome your own agitation and speak gently. That's generosity. You're prepared to forgive. That's generosity. You see that? So generosity is extremely powerful mind. It essentially means you're putting aside yourself for others. Okay, So that's simple. Lacking the balance, you have a problem. Right? This is where people will say, then if this person like this, then balance. So you see a fool. You see someone super high-end, top 95 percentile selfish. What do? Walk away. Walk away. Balance. You see, yeah, but you're supposed to be generous. You got only limited time, right? Limited resources, right? You got to dump it all on one person who's selfish? Seriously? Where's your balance? Okay? So, again, requires judgment. Then you see, if I judge and then I become meow, not generous. If I judge already, then I pull away. If you observe your mind experiencing aversion, akusala, at that point, don't make a decision. Just breathe in 3 times deep. Calm the mind down. Then the mind gets a bit more balanced. That's when you say, I will walk away. Get it? Don't walk away out of anger. Don't walk away out of frustration. Calm the mind down first. Breathe in 3 times. The results may be the same, but this time now it's not stained by your akusala. Okay? Not stained by your akusala. I must remember, public talk, don't just use Pali word. Akusala means unwholesome, unskillful mind, negative mind. Okay? And finally, wisdom. Wisdom is the one that guides all the others. What choice you make, what decisions you make in a manner that is good for yourself, good for others, requires wisdom. But the Buddha actually have a very specific explanation of wisdom. Even here he says this. He said the mind that is able to discern rising and disappearing. Okay? In other words, impermanence. A mind that regards things, whatever experiences, feelings, views, ideas, relations, reaction, a mind that regards all of the above as impermanent is a mind that is wise. It's one definition, and it's a very important and powerful definition. Then you may say, I know already, so I got wisdom. His point was discerning, arising and falling away. Okay, what does it mean by discerning, right? It means at all time, that notion of impermanence, change, instability, transient, the transient nature of life, at all time, it forms a baseline in your mind. Now, you scold someone, okay, that someone got scolded and you witness it. But this person is very peaceful. And then you ask the fellow, why you're not upset? And he says, never mind lah, we all die anyway. Is that wise? Yes, right? So someone who is able to stand apart from being caught up in the regular stuff of life and able to see very big picture wise, it's okay lah, it's okay, things change ma, it's okay, people die ma, it's okay. So their mind actually is, it's okay. The mind is, everything is fine. Just let be, no need to hold on too tight. The regular mind, us, our regular mind, holds things very tightly. Everything we own, every experience we own, every individual we own, we hold it very tightly. We can't see transient, impermanent. It's not a habit in our mind. The day you make it into a habit, into an instinct, is the day you qualify as wise under the Buddha's definition. Okay? And it will happen. If for whatever reason you conscientiously every day you wake up in the morning, I will grow old. I am not beyond growing old. I will fall sick, not beyond illness. I will only in this audience, everybody understand what it means, okay? You die, just in case I need to translate, okay? I will die. I'm not beyond dying. And I will be separated from my loved ones. I'm not beyond that. And finally, I am the owner, the heir, born of, related to karma. Karma, my refuge. Okay? You do these 5 reflections every day, wisdom will grow. Because what you're doing is you're changing your perception baseline. So that in daily life, once it becomes AYE in your head, right? Our AYE, Ayar Raja Expressway, it becomes a highway in your head. Once it becomes that, then when you confront an unpleasant situation, you're dealing with unpleasant people, people who give you grief and agitation, your mind automatically kicks into the, I will die, he will die, we'll all die. Only the Buddhists will turn mortality and a morbid issue into a learning point. Okay? Okay, now we talk about balance in the spiritual practice. Okay? Balance in the spiritual practice. What is a spiritual practice? What do you understand by the spiritual practice? Practice in the Dhamma. Who said that? Score. Okay, what else? What else? Hey, my DFC participants. You all came for the practice, right? What is a spiritual practice? Why do you call it a spiritual practice or Dhamma practice? Why do you call it that way? So cute, you guys, huh? Training the mind. Okay, very good. What else? What else? Hey, you all know the answer. Why you all so shy? All right, must like chorus, yeah? No need to be shy one. In this space, no need to be shy. Site safety, okay? Why do you need to train the mind? Why? Hiya, give you answer lah. It's like you're like, just give the answer. Okay. Would you say that our regular daily mind, right? Our mind, yours, okay? Our mind. Would you say that our mind is always wholesome? Is it 50-50? Okay. The odds are it's not lah. Because we worry, right? We have fear. Huh? We get a bit agitated. I mean, all those mental states relative to metta, karuna, compassion, faith. Which one more? Every time I give thought, you come, okay? Because they don't answer, you answer lah. Yeah. But you agree, right? Agree, right? You look at your own mind. Dhamma is not like he put there, he sit there, and then that's it. He come up and then he talk to you. Dhamma's not like that. Dhamma is your life, okay? Our daily life. Our daily life, do you see yourself more time, in more instances of agitation, frustration, maybe worry a bit. Then worry also, yes, worry also not helpful. Then tired, then lazy, then restless, then a bit doubting. All this versus metta, compassion, upekkha, gratitude, contempt. Which one? Which one? It's more likely your daily lot. Not the time when you go on retreat, the daily lot. Likely to be the negative ones lah. Agree? When we talk about practice, we're trying to neutralize, trying to tame, trying to change, so that your daily life has way more of the metta, karuna, and then periodically worry, then gone. Okay? Periodically worry, no more. Fear, no more. It should be, if you can switch it around, then daily life is so much more fun, right? It's so much more like earlier today. How many of you in the sitting earlier actually felt very good? Seriously? Can you give me a bit more encouragement? Felt good, right? Felt good. To very good, everybody was shy. Okay. If your daily life becomes like that, okay, what you experienced earlier on, and your daily life becomes that version, then your practice work. And then I hear all the skeptical, annoying voices there going, can me? Otherwise, you go and be Buddhist for what? The intent is so that you are able to cultivate the mental states that he said very necessary for you to be happy in your daily life. And this one is only daily life type. This is not the enlightenment one. This is the daily, meaning to say, okay? Meaning to say, all you're doing is trying to change your mind in such a way that you're happier in your daily life. Is that spiritual practice? Yes, because you're learning to do it using his methodology. What is his methodology? What is his method? The framework of practice? Eightfold Path. Okay, the Eightfold Path. Then here, someone will go, here we go again. Yes, come for my class, it's again and again. Instead of samsara, I give you Dhammacakka. Okay, the Dhamma wheel. Which means to say you need 3. Now, 8 very difficult to remember. I give you 3. Okay? Cannot tell me 3 also cannot remember. Buddha Dhamma Sangha is really 3. So this one you just include wisdom, morality, samadhi. Then samadhi is what? Normally when I use the word samadhi, I don't use the English translation. I'll just give you once, get an idea of it. It's typically translated as concentration, meditation, stillness, jhana, whatever. I like to use stillness. Ajahn Brahm used that. I think it's a wonderful word. So samadhi means stillness. Okay, the different degree of it. You can be like this, still. Or you can be like this, but quite still. Because you're not like this, which is our regular life. Our regular life and our regular mind will like this, right? Spin all over the place. Okay? And if you were to learn Panya, Sila, Panya is wisdom, Sila is morality, and you learn to incorporate the teaching into your daily life, the mind gets to swing less. The mind becomes more balanced. Okay? It becomes more balanced. So that's point 1. Point 2, he says it's Eightfold Path. He never says 7 and 6 and 5 fold path, right? It's 8. In fact, if you go for the high-end one, it's 10, lagi more, okay? It's always a balance of these three. However numbers he used, it's always a balance of these three. And let me explain this. Wisdom requires knowledge, understanding, having insights, and allowing those insights to change your mind, your worldview, The understanding are not meant to be just words and thoughts. They are supposed to go. So Four Noble Truths as an understanding has to sink deep into your brain to rewire it. Rewire your brain. And rewire it to the degree that when you see the world next time, in times over time, your instinct is to say, too much craving, painful. Minimize, reduce the craving, pain fades. Why is that significant? Why is this? This is Four Noble Truths. Why is this significant? Because actually, the way our mind works is like this. I will get pleasure when I get my way. Getting my way gives me pleasure. That's the assumption we all grow up with. You think about it, right? Our daily life, the way we grow up, I get my way, I'm happy. Too bad for you. I get my way, I'm happy. So in my mind, we associate a few things. One, will, control. But how do you get your way? Getting your way by making things happen. I control. I decide. I transform. So that's how you get your way, right? And it is by my sheer willpower, by my effort, by my brilliance, I get my way. And then I'm happy. You understand that, huh? You understand this flow. You have to, this is your mind. Okay? But the teaching's not like that. The teaching says, you don't want pain, you must reduce craving. Can you see how that runs against your earlier assumption? I get rid of pain by getting my way. And therefore, you must have many desires. I want my way here, I want my way there, I want the... I have a lot of desires and I must go and make it happen. Because that's how I am happy. But the Buddha says, no. You have so many desires, you want your way, you'll be unhappy. It's putting your basic assumptions on its head. Completely against. That's why we don't get it. You can understand what he's saying. Yeah, he's right. Why? Because I'm scared to say he's wrong. He's right. Right? Buddha has to be right. Because I'm very scared. If I say he's wrong, that means I don't have enough faith, I'll go to hell. No. Because you cannot just, because he says so, it is so. You have to get it. Because if you don't get it, in your daily life, you will continue to, I want my way. And only when I get my way, I'm happy. But he's saying that the more ways you want, the more unhappy you are. So what is the reverse of it? I learn contentment. I learn acceptance. I learn moderation. I cut back on wants. To be happy, it has to be the other way around. To be happy, I need to let it go. Let it be. Accept. Then you say, sometimes very hard to accept. That one is a mental problem. That one is your desires, your akusala, the negativity, too strong, they are sticky. They are very sticky. Then how do you overcome that? You develop metta, love, joy, gratitude. These are mental states that will neutralize those sticky negative ones. On a bad day, you don't look at the object and pray that it goes away. Buddha, please, please. Make the anger go away, please, please. Maybe I should burn a few joss sticks and come in. No, you learn metta. You switch your mind. You don't look at the object. You look at your mental state. Don't look at the object of annoyance. Look at the mental state. My mental state is that of anger. Separate the mental state from the object. She made me angry. No, don't look at her. She's irrelevant. Look at your mind. The mind is angry. How do you switch this? You want to control, right? You want my way, right? Bring up metta. Then you say, angry at how to bring up metta. Practice. Okay? This is what it means by practice. Practice bringing up wholesome mental states on a good day. Don't just depend on the bad day, then bring up good mental states. On a good day, when you sit down here, do nothing other than listen to Dhamma talk, then laugh a bit. Today's a good day, right? This is where you go, metta. Say the word, feel the joy. That's how powerful it must be. It must be to the degree you only have to say the word, metta. Up there, switch. Okay? As easy as pressing the control and switch channel. Can or not? Can or not? Can. How you know it can be done? Practice. But how do you know the practice will work? Buddha says so. Faith. Okay? It's just like me saying, I'm so sad. Metta. Switch. It's the one of the most powerful and the easiest to come up. You wait until you try and get mudita and upeka. Mudita is altruistic joy, compersion. People doing well, you feel happy about them. In a Singapore context, you try that. Kia su, kia si, kia bo, right? I scared to lose. I scared I will die. Kia bo is I scared I don't have, right? In this kind of mindset, you try mudita. So hard to come out. So metta is the easiest. Okay? We are not joking when we say, okay, actually the next one is this one. This one, okay? But we'll talk about this in a short while, okay? Your mental states are habits. If you are someone who is easily frightened, you will notice all you need to is to drop a pin and fear. Because it's a habit. They are all habits. If you find, for whatever reason, you say, I'm a very angry person, or I'm a very sad person, I'm very agitated, it means your brain, your mind has gotten used to it. So much of your habits are entangled with that mental state. You want that mental state to fade away, you've got to introduce new mental states. You have to introduce new ones. And the new ones will be gratitude, compassion, metta, faith, generosity. Whatever these mental states, they are very powerful. And these are the mental states you have to learn to bring up in your daily life. And it's always the easiest when you're on a good day. So I teach you, okay? Every Sunday, come for class. So that you can practice your metta to all the friends here. Your Kalyana meters are here. So you come here, you see something nice, can go shopping for Kalyana metta, can go and practice all those wholesome mental states. You must build until very full, Papa, Build your storage of kindness and goodness so that you can tackle the challenges of daily life. Okay? Build it on a good day. You have never actually been into metta. Then one day you get angry and metta. No fuel. The metta stick has no fuel. If you're not familiar with it, nothing comes up. Okay? Just remember that, huh? And so that's spiritual practice. Trying to change your daily life negativities. You yourself told me. You yourself had said that the balance is not there. You are the average person, not you. It's not you. The average person on a daily basis, that balance is not there. more unwholesome than wholesome, more defensive than embracing. It's just like that. So practice requires you to change that. Okay? Not the chim, I meditate. So every time I talk about daily practice, someone will come and, sister, it's very difficult for me to meditate. You can't even do the simple metta. Love, I embrace, I hold hand, I help you, I help you. That one is good enough. You do that often enough, meditation is a breeze. Breeze, like that, breeze. Okay? Soft. Must be like this. You every day go fire at somebody, then you want to sit and try and calm down. It won't happen. That's why it took 45 minutes and nothing happens. Then typically when nothing happens, after a while, what happened? Asleep. Okay, that's a good one. But what can also happen is give up. Then, you know what? I will save it all for this year's retreat. Ajahn Brahm retreat, go there, shook hand. You're all riding on Ajahn Brahm's gentleness and kindness to hitch a ride on his softness and hitch a ride on Ajahn Brahm's softness. Then go happy. You see, I can meditate. No, you can't. That was Ajahn Brahm, not you, okay? Okay, last one, Brahma Vihara. This is a beautiful word. Okay, let me share with you the context of this word, okay? Ancient time, the time of the Buddha, the greatest thing for them, the most beautiful things for that world was Brahma. The God, a God, Brahma. But everything associated with the God, Brahma is creator God. Everything associated with Brahma is good. It's great. So in their mind, being with Brahma is the greatest thing. So the word Vihara means living like one, being in his abode, being with him. Okay? And the Buddha reduced it to 4 mental states that in its ideal state, these 4 mental states come together as one. So it's like $1 buy 4 things. Great bargain, okay? So you just remember, it's 4 separate mental states, but at its ideal state, the state where you live like the Brahma, the 4 of them comes together as one. It's very powerful, extremely powerful. You do it consistently, you bypass the celestial heaven, you go straight to the Brahma world. Okay? So you take escalator, right? Then you skip 1 floor, skip 2 floors, skip 3 floors, skip 7 floors, go up to the 8th one, the Brahma world. Okay? And what are these 4? Metta. Metta has always been translated, or not always. One translation of the word metta is loving kindness. Okay? Let's talk about the literal word metta. Metta actually means friend. But friend, like not glorious enough. So therefore make it loving and kind. Actually, it means friend. Friendliness. Okay? I prefer to use the word friendliness because you don't have to make it so, in our Chinese word, 隆重. Glorious. Don't have to be so glorious, so scintillating. No need. Friendly. Then you say, friendly, very easy. What? I can do friendly. Yes, you can. You can do friendly to people you like. Some of us cannot do friendly to stranger. You must do friendly to stranger. So anyone who walked through that door, you see him or not? Have you seen him before? Is he a complete stranger? Doesn't matter. The smile is up. The soft, gentle, mental energy of embracing another. Friendly essentially means I embrace another. I make you comfortable. I am mindful of your discomfort. I go out of my way to make you comfortable. Then you say, not difficult. The difficulty is overcoming yourself. Many of us find it very difficult to go to a stranger and greet, and make the fellow feel comfortable? Because we are self-conscious. That's why for metta to work beautifully, you have to let go of your self-conscious part. So the more self-conscious you are, the more you are worried about what people will think, the more you're worried about form, the harder it is to have metta arising. Metta arises only when you are way out there for another, to help another. Then metta will come up spontaneously. Then some people, I've heard this many times, oh, what if I cannot feel metta? It actually, oddly enough, means you don't love yourself. Okay? If you don't like this, you're angry with this, you're feeling burdened by this, you're agitated with this, you have a lot of annoyance and anger, right? You're carrying that with you, then metta will like, only you can understand. Stunted metta. Because you don't feel good. Okay, you don't feel good. You don't feel good, you don't feel kindly, you don't feel warm. If you don't like this, hard to come out. If you like this too much, hard to come out. Balance, right? The balance. It's back to the balance. You love this too much, cannot come out. You hate this one, also cannot come out. So what happens? You have neither love nor like or nor hate. Just balance. Okay? Balance and, metta will be overflowing here. Okay? The second one of this lot is compassion. Compassion. Compassion means you observe another's pain and you want to go and help fix it, alleviate pain. Again, you need balance. Okay? You are compassionate towards another. Are you also compassionate towards yourself? You can go over the top, supporting another. If you're doing it because you have a lot of reserve, you have so much love, it's okay. Then it's okay. But if you don't, you're not a saint. Okay, assuming you're not a saint. You're not a saint, right? And if you're not a saint, it means you have desires and you have demands. But you like, Buddha said must be compassionate, so I compassionate all the way, right? And I forgot this guy. Resentment will build at some point. Anger, tired, fatigue, agitation, When that happens, it means you have overdone it. You have lost the balance. Okay? The third one, mudita. Mudita, compassion, altruistic joy. Don't say sympathetic joy. That one, translation, salah. Because the other person is doing well, why are you sympathetic? Can you see it's wrong? At the best, it's empathetic. Because you feel for the other, you rejoice in his success. And how can that happen? That happens only when you see the world as one. Like everyone your brother, everyone your sister, you're not even having any sibling rivalry. You're so happy for everybody. Just happy for everyone. Okay? As you can see, it gets harder and harder to arrive at, to feel, because it let go more and more of you. The first one is just let go of the idea of you, be less self-conscious, go. The second one, you must let go of your own comfort. Let go of your own pleasure. Because compassion, they are suffering, they need you. You will sacrifice time, energy, mental strength. So you will sacrifice something of yourself. The third one, you must not be so the third one is dealing with you sacrificing good things. Letting go of the good things. What do I mean? I want the promotion, you want the promotion. You get it, I didn't. How to feel joy for you? I will nah at you. Right? But I can feel joy for you if I don't need that promotion. It's okay. I don't need it. Happy for you. Good luck. Because I've got more work to do, ma. But we're not supposed to be like that. Compassion really is, I'm very happy for you because you got something you want. And then if I also wanted it, I must be able to let it go. That's why I said Mudita is hard because you're letting go of something you want. You're allowing some. Your kids, the two of you fighting for first position. The kid got it means yours didn't. You must let it go. Then you can genuinely feel happiness for them. Okay? And the last one, upeka. Upeka is the hardest because you have to let go of pain and pleasure. Both. Then you can feel upeka. Okay? I'm not going to talk a lot about this. I will talk tomorrow. Yeah. I'm going to talk a lot about this. So these are the four. In the ideal state, for someone to be able to experience Brahma Vihara properly, the person has let go of himself. He's not holding on to any desires. He is completely at ease just by being. Okay? There's no self. Because of that, he's all of the above. It's very instinctive. Okay? 12 o'clock. Zun Zun. Question.
Sadhu, sadhu.
Bante's not here yet. Okay. I'm in a bit of a hurry because I'm trying to finish everything by 12:15 because we're going to welcome a very, very special monk. In my mind, one of the greatest monks of our time because of what he's trying to do in Africa. So I'm trying to clear the deck for him, okay? Okay, question.
As promised, I won't. Hello, yeah. Only one easy question. I have two, but I only ask one. Yeah, one easy question. Before coming to listen to you, I was listening to something, and there's a saying that says, "Do what is right. Do what is right. Do what you can. Do what is right. Do what is right. Do your best, and damn the rest." So is this in line with some part of it in line with what you're talking about? Do what you can. Do what is right. Do your best. Damn the rest.
Maybe not so much damn the rest. I will put it this way. There are two guidance for us. The one that I use the most is conscience. Conscience, okay? What do I mean by that? A lot of us, we will feel bad when we do something that feels wrong. Typically, it means feels unfair. You know, something that is unfair, it might hurt someone. We don't want it to be done to us. Those are the sort of underlying current that will lead to a state of mind that comes up. It's called conscience. Okay? So to answer your question, I will say it like this. Do the best that you can on your conscience. You try your best. And then you must stop. We should only be focused on the process. We shouldn't care that much for the outcome. Those are two different parts. Process is effort. Outcome is desire. Okay? When the Buddha talks about contentment, he's really talking about us just doing it and then don't get too caught up with the results. Typically, the rest of us, when we look at the world, we are focused on the results. We are focused on the results. Did I enjoy my jhana? If I sit in a meditation, I want to go still and have jhana. That's outcome. I will say, when you sit, you just sit. Make sure that your body is straight. Make sure you have a smile from within. Make sure that there is this sense of comfort and relaxation with the body. Good to go. That's the process. And it's the same for everything. At work, we just do the best we can. We shouldn't be too caught up with, will someone approve? Will people derive meaning from my work? If you do it that way, you're looking at approval from outside. You're no longer focusing on something you can control. You are focusing on things you cannot control. Too many people are involved, too many things, too many what ifs you cannot control. Then if you're focused there, you're asking for trouble. That's where all the agitation will start. Okay? So not so much damn the rest lah. Okay. Any more? No more?
Oh, have sister.
Hi, Sis Sylvia. Thank you for the wonderful talk. In modern psychology, the way so-called negative emotions are being managed, usually we talk about holding space, having a space for perhaps sadness, anger, and to allow it to be there rather than to suppress it or to pretend that it's not there. I understand from in our Buddhist practice, part of it is about having, cultivating metta to bring it out maybe when anger arises. So how do we draw a line? At which point might that become suppression?
Okay.
Thank you.
Suppression is you never let go, right? You suppress something. Actually, okay, so the mind, this is an assumption that we have. We assume that when you feel anger, it's like something that appears in the system and it stays there. And if you don't release it properly, it will always be there. It's like something fixed. No, it is not. It rises and it fades. Everything rises and fades. For you to feel anger all over again, you got to think again. Okay? There is no such thing as anger comes and stay. Anger comes, they will come up and go down. It's every emotion will rise and fade, rise and fade, rise and fade. For you to constantly feel it, you have to construct. You have to think about the issue that upsets you. You think about the issue that it comes out again. Then you feel like it's always there. No, you thought about it, it came up. Whatever that you feel, it will come up and it will fade. Anything, and it's never fixed, it's never constant. It will come and it will go. That's the nature of the mind. But you will bring it up again, you talk about it, and it will resurrect the emotions as if it never left. Actually, it left. You call it back. Okay? The Buddhist practice requires a few steps. Number one, you must recognize it comes and goes. Because that's the fact. It comes and it goes. It's a fact. Number two, understand that these are conditional arising. So you have to do things to make them come back up. So that's the second one. Remember, first one is objectively looking at it, it comes and goes. Secondly, they arise because of condition. So what's the condition? Two parts. One is construction. You talk in your head, so clever. Talk. He said this. He did that. He so bad. You talk some more. Win already. Those are conditioned. That's the first one. Second one, there are habits in your mind. There are hormones, we call it chemicals in your brain. Left over yesterday night's food. Okay, you got angry yesterday, all the cortisol are there, all your adrenaline, they haven't left yet, they're squatting around, enjoying a smoke, right? Then because they're all there, you can feel it. Let's find something to be angry about. Yeah, he said that. Given the condition, they come up. In Cantonese, we say, 自己攞嚟衰. You yourself bring it upon yourself. Because the conditions are there, the chemicals are there. So you want to be a happier person? You got to bring out the positive chemicals, the oxytocin. Hug another. Okay, don't kiss lah. Hug another, right? COVID time, don't kiss too much. Just hug another. Like, be with people, connect with people. Then you have your oxytocin. Then do things. Be kind. Be generous. All this will create all your dopamine, right? Create all these things. So that's why I say on a good day, do all these things, pack with a lot of all these wonderful chemicals, and the conditions are right. Okay? I don't know about modern psychology because I'm not a modern psychologist. I'm an ancient one. Okay? the Buddha's disciple. I will say, why do you think in the modern psychology they talk about writing the gratitude journal? It's to trigger mental state of gratitude. The mental state of gratitude produces wonderful amount of dopamine, right? Dopamine. I won't care, like dopamine, right? This is one of those things that they produce, which is so great. It's so nice. Create more for yourself. Understand how your mind works. Use that understanding to fix your mind. The mind works, right, by when it's doing wholesome things, good things, the mind will reward you with certain very feel-good chemicals. You know what you don't do. It's like, I know that I should eat more fiber and I should eat more. This is for the body, not for the mind, right? Fiber is for the body. More fiber, I don't know, go to the sun and do all these things are good for you, right? Then do. So all these mental states, the Buddha said, to cultivate, actually produces a lot of very positive mental chemicals. So when you feel good, you're more likely to do the right thing, the kind thing, the giving things. You will be an asset to the world. Okay? Bante not here yet?
Not yet. Don't worry. We can still continue with the questions. Yeah.
We can continue with questions.
Yes. And we have online audience as well. 67 of them, as I heard it. Any questions? Not yet. Okay. Any
No more?
questions from brothers or sisters? Okay, sure. Yeah. Just hang on a while.
Sister, you were talking about balance of life, right? So when I retired, I thought I'm going to have a very good balance of life. And because retired, I don't need to work, see? But the opposite happened. I retired, and I suffered from what is known as retirement burnout. So I actually told the doctor about this retirement burnout. They also laughed like you. See? The reason why this happened is because there were too many things to do, and everybody comes to ask me to volunteer. I say, okay, because I'm retired, and I got my own retirement plan, and I got a relationship to deal with, and so on and so forth and so forth. So I'm suffering from retirement burnout. So what is your suggestion to come back to a balance?
You must always remember this thing about for oneself and for another. So in a very practical way, I would say in a week of 7 days, make sure one day is for you. Then you want to practice 2 days are for you. Yeah, the days, you must always bring time for yourself to do the things, not that tickle your pleasure or anything, but to do the things that bring calm, bring peace, that allow your mind to relax and enjoy the moment. You want that, okay? Retirement typically means that we are in the final phase of life, or maybe the new phase of life. How's that? I'm very practical. I always call it the final phase of life. Yeah, my final phase can last 30 years, 40 years, or 10 years, 5 years. We don't know. But what it means is I will consider it as going into a phase of life when I have more say over how I use the time. And because this is already the towards the end game, I want to spend it building my account for next life. Okay, that is to put it very practically, so people can understand what I'm saying. But actually, what it means is more time to build faith, build morality, build generosity, build wisdom, cultivate wisdom. Oh, I promised to tell a story earlier, right? Yeah. So, wait, huh? A cute story, yes. Okay. In the time of the Buddha, there were this couple, the very famous couple in the time of the Buddha, famous for their love story. Okay, Nakula Pitu, Nakula Mata. Their names are not known anymore. They are known as the mother and father of Nakula. I also don't know who is Nakula. Okay, mother and father of Nakulas. But the cute thing about them is, they were a very old couple when they first met the Buddha. It was the man who met him, saw him on the roadside, decided this is my son and brought him home. Son is back, son is back. Literally brought the Buddha home. And then the disciple tried to stop, right? Because they all knew the Buddha's parents were Sakyans. And so he's like, where did you come out from, man? And he went, look what I found on the street. It's our son. Because for many lives, the Buddha were their son. And they can recognize, they can connect, and they just fell in love. So Buddha allowing him to do that made him very happy, and he was settled, the mind was settled. The mother also very happy, mind was settled. Then they are ready for Dhamma talk, okay? And they entered the stream, these two. Entered the stream, but still so attached to each other. So the man said, how can I make sure that in my future lives we'll be born together again? See lah? Two stream winners being very lovey-dovey, right? And the Buddha went, if you have the same level of mental states, Saddha, Sila, Chaga, Panya, Saddha, faith, Sila, morality, the same one, the same four, generosity and wisdom. If the two of you are comparable, okay, he enters stream, you must enter stream, like this comparable. He no enter stream, you don't enter stream. Just to put it, okay, so there's two, if you're comparable, you come back together again. So the two of them, very pleased with the answer. They're like, okay. They were very pleased with the answer. I thought that was a very cute story. Now, what it basically means is, it is possible for two people to come together again if they practice together, learn together, enjoy the spiritual journey together. Then what will happen? They're going to end up in the same place, amongst the same kind of conditions, which then increase the odds that they will run into each other. It's just like that. Okay? I know it's a bit off lah. We went all the way to the end. Any other question? I think we can take
One question over there.
Where?
Yeah, that side.
Slowly scan.
Okay, who's that?
Hello, sorry. Hi, Sis Silvia. Thank you for your amazing talk. Yeah, so I guess I have a question about the Nakula Sutta. So, the Nakula Sutta, like the story you just told. So, I was wondering, how do we approach relationships with loved ones without clinging to the 5 aggregates and without like building a lot of craving? Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. This will require you to have reflection on realities of life. It will require that. Which means to say, not only do you wake up saying, I will grow old and not above growing old, not beyond growing old, you will say, the people around me will grow old and not beyond growing old. They will fall sick and not beyond falling sick. They will die, not beyond die. Now, why do we want to do it like this? This is the Buddha's training. Buddha's training. The training has always been about changing perception. In Pali, we use the word sanya. That part of our brain that recognizes, the part of our brain that serves as the baseline for thoughts, thinking, okay? That baseline. And that baseline for all of us is moha, deluded, foolish delusion. That baseline, all like this. Then you say, we're very deluded, man. I always ask this question. Then you can answer me now that you know the question and answer. You go to bed at night thinking you will die tonight. You will all assume you'll wake up tomorrow, right? All of us go to bed going, see you tomorrow. In fact, we're so good, see you next week. Even better, we plan for a trip down the line 1 year time. So the assumption that we have is we will live forever. Because every day you didn't die, what? Right? Every night you go to bed, you didn't die. So you're living forever in our mind. We conceptually understand death is possible, but in reality, we didn't think it would happen tonight. And therefore, you will live tomorrow. And tomorrow will never come. I mean, the bad one, the die one, okay? So this is one delusion. And it's built into our system. And therefore, the Buddha, one of the things he's trying to help us break, is to talk, narrate, to say again and again, so that we can break that delusion. Okay, that's one. The second one he will try to break is he used decomposition of the body. Right? You know that. In fact, some in Thailand, very creative, they let you sleep in coffin and you pay some money to practice sleeping in coffin. Right? And then it creates all kinds of craziness in your mind. Then you come out and, wow, what a wonderful spiritual experience. Then you go back to thinking, we'll never die tonight. And all these impactful things, but then after that is back to delusion. So in order to break this thing, this habit is why we cling to people. We cling to people for a few reasons. One, pleasure. So strangely enough, you also cling to people because of pain. Then you say, I don't cling to them because of pain. Yeah, but in your mind you do. He made me, he bullied me. For the rest of your life, he's bullying me, right? In your mind. So you're clinging on to the memory of the people who caused you deep pain and great pleasure. And then all the shades in between, that's how often you remember them. Okay, just remember, you want to linger in somebody's mind, you give them pain or pleasure. Then for the rest of this life, and sometime into the next life, they'll remember you. Okay? So then what do? We must learn to say everybody dies. Especially the one that you don't like or the one that you like, right? The person will die. The person will rot. Not just die, rot. You see, imagine him rotting away. Bubble here, worm there, that kind, you know. Then you say, it's so morbid. Yes, Buddha very morbid one. He taught you very morbid practices. Worse, he tells you, non-delight in all the world, right? So everything you find delightful, non-delight in all the world. This is training that he gave to Sangha, the monks. The one who wants the shock factor because they want enlightenment. The big enlightenment, right? The shock factor. Then for the rest of us, what we do? We pick what we want, no? So ours only 5 reflection. Didn't ask you to imagine all the graphic degeneration. Just a 5 reflection. And these 5 reflection alone, just these 5 alone, can cause you to start to let go. Start to. So before the fella die, you're already preparing for his death. Okay? That's before you die. Actually, you're supposed to prepare your own. Before you die, you're already dying. Literally and figuratively. So that when the time really comes, it's so much easier. You are all packed and ready to go. Seriously, when the time really comes, you're like, all right, this thing is falling apart. Don't waste my time. Hey, move on. Rather than, 不舍得, right? Look, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at us, me, okay? Us in our mind, this is how we feel so attached. And I always say that. Okay? I've always said that to my mom. I happily say it to my mom. Please say it to ourselves. We must be all packed and ready to go. Because when it comes, it can hit you off guard. You packed and ready to go in an emergency. So doctors, packed and ready to go in case you need to go and fix some things, right? Then, life and death, no need to fix. Oh, think of this another beautiful analogy that I like to use. You know, if your kids come home from school and say, Mommy, Daddy, I've got, my teacher say, we're going to have an exam and it's going to be a surprise. Okay? It's a surprise exam. And it's going to count for the full results. What would you say to the kid? Go and study. Go prepare. Go prepare for your exam. It's the same thing. When death comes, it could be tomorrow. Are we prepared? No. But this is way more important than exam. So we are all very 矛盾, confused, contradicted. You know what I'm saying? So this is something we need to practice. You cannot achieve it one big jam. It takes time for the mind to acclimatize to the Dhamma. And Dhamma actually merely means reality of life, the reality, nature. Okay?
Okay, we can probably take 2 more questions.
He's not here yet.
Not yet. On the way, on the way.
On the way.
Yeah. And
Hey, any online or not?
no online yet. Okay. And,
Anybody online or
okay, we have one here, sister.
not? Huh? 69. Today, not many. Yes, yes.
Thank you, Sister Sylvia, for the talk. I just have one question. I'm not sure whether the answer is quite self-explanatory, but just now, I think you mentioned like the 4 things that the layperson need to do, right? Like the first is persistent effort. So
Yes.
it's about working hard. So actually, I struggle with that a lot in my previous job because I
okay.
think I work very hard.
Ah.
But I don't know. So I'm just want to know like what is the Buddha's like measurement of like how hard should we work? You know, because sometimes
Okay,
I really
okay.
OT, yeah.
Good question.
Thank you.
Let me put it this way. When you say, I've worked very hard, but like don't know whether they all, I don't know whether it's a case where people didn't think you worked hard enough or you think you didn't work hard enough. I don't know, okay? When you are making effort, remember on what I said about conscience is clear, okay? It's a judgment call. It's a judgment call. My conscience is clear. I put in the best that I can, and that's it. If you are fixed on outcome, if your concern is what my KPI, and this is my KPI, so I'm trying to meet that KPI, then that's when you're asking for trouble. Okay? So hard work is about conscience clear, doing the best that you can, and that's it. Don't worry too much about the outcome. Not easy for your mind to say that's enough. The problem actually is ourselves. We always look outwards for affirmation. The Dhamma is not about looking outwards for affirmation. The Dhamma is all about looking inwards for a sense of peace. We're not even looking at affirmation. Peace. Our measure for you're living your life well, our measure is, are you peaceful? Do you experience joy easily? Are you content? Because if you're content, you will be peaceful. Why am I saying all these things? Because Buddhist is always concerned. The biggest concern is death, life and death. Then rebirth. Okay, that's actually our concern. At death, or when you are dying, okay, you want to know whether you have lived your life meaningfully, right? Think about, suppose you're lying in bed and dying. Have you done all you want to do? Do you feel that you're good, this is a good life? Do you feel that way? If you feel that way, you're done, you're good. Tomorrow, the Tuayajiya come look for you, you like... Tuayajiya is the Chinese divinity of death, okay? And if it comes and you like, come have a drink, let me just get a few things and I can follow you. And then you're good to go, okay? You understand? But if you're like, oh, I'm not ready, look, I haven't combed my hair yet. You have a problem. Life is not that fulfilling yet. Okay. I think let's just finish this talk and then we'll let Pang Hong have the floor. I'm just going to pull out one slide. You remember this slide, right? This is like BF slide. Okay, this is kept for BF most of the time. And this is just a reminder of how we should live this life. Okay? We want to be chaga. We want to do it right for the people that come, for the ones that come after. we are hopeful that we will always return to the Dhamma, to the practice. This is very important. You are back on the Dhamma path, your life will be okay. You will not stray all over the place. If you're not back on the Dhamma path, then the conditions of that life will pull you along in whatever direction. So for us, that's what we want. As Buddhists, we're going to come back to the teaching so that we are guided by the teaching. And we'll live a happy and peaceful life. Okay? I thought you have one. Okay.
We do the blessings later together with Bante. Yeah. So
Okay, later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let Bante lead the blessings later. Dedication of merit as well. Yeah.
Over to you.
Later, let Bante lead that. Yeah.
So earlier on, we were talking about this Buddha Rakita, Bante Buddha Rakita. It's a really great monk. And I say one of the greatest monks of our time because he is bringing Dhamma to the land that has never really been touched by the Dhamma. So much suffering there, so much pain, so little opportunity. And we have Bante who, on his own, bringing the Dhamma there, but doing it in a way that the local people can accept and embrace, and he needs the help of Buddhists everywhere. So what we are doing today is to introduce him formally to everyone, but the car is late, and Bang Hong is going to do the rest. Go, Bang Hong.